Chris Hill with the assignment for Anderson and Ferrier. We're underway with fight number 3.
Good high hand position from Anderson. Opens up with a nice low kick. Shaine Ferrier, little head feint. Trying to find that right leg of his own.
Bit of a feeling out process here in the early going. Anderson looking down low with that kick.
I like Anderson's set. I like Ferrier's set. He looks like he's in a good, solid position, trying to let something go. Had some wild feints there to begin. Big looping right hand, misses its mark. Big right leg finds its mark.
Yeah, but a nice return right hand from Anderson as well. You can see with Anderson, he's really looking to counter. Anytime Ferrier comes forward, that's when Anderson looks like he wants to let it fly.
It has been 3 years since we've seen Ferrier, but I got to say, it looks like he's been working. He looks better than the last time I saw him.
He looks really solid in his stance. He was a little, all over the place with his stance last time, yeah.
Sending him, but just not well balanced. He's much more balanced this time out. Big uppercut, but a beautiful level change from Ronald Anderson. Moves
right into half guard here.
Right into half guard, and Shaine really not offering up much of a half guard at all.
Let's see if he can get that leg out of there and move into side control. Nope. He'll take the back instead.
Shaine trying to get that boot out. Rolls back to his back into the half guard position. Overhook on Ronald's head. Ronald doing a good job of keeping his posture.
1 minute remaining in this first round. The takedown here by Anderson III really has been the big moment so far. Hasn't done much with it yet, but he does have control.
Shaine Ferrier needs an underhook if he's going to get himself up from this position.
You can hear the corner of Calvin Hackney saying, use that underhook and get back to your feet, but he gets back to his feet without it. And right back down as Anderson pulls him back to the canvas.
That's because he didn't have the underhook.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that's why the corner's telling him to get it and ultimately loses the position and ends up back
Shaine
down.
just being strong, kind of just, defied gravity there and stood straight up. Ronald doing a good job of keeping solid pressure on him.
Let's see if Anderson can find some damage here at the end of round number 1. Couple of shots for the judges to keep in mind. Not a whole lot in that first round. The first minute was kind of that feeling out process. There was a nice body kick from Ferrier that landed, maybe a right hand over the top by Anderson, but the takedown certainly the big moment. Didn't do a lot with it, but did have about a minute and a half of control time.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, pretty clear cut who won that round, but Ferrier competitive, doing well. I also want to mention the last time we saw Shaine fight, in between rounds, he was gasping for air, and he looks no worse for the wear tonight.
Looks to be in good shape, looks ready for tonight. He's just got a very game opponent across from him in Ronald Anderson III. And let's talk about Anderson's first round. It's your debut. Obviously, there's the nerves, the jitters, all of that. Maybe he started a little bit slow, but he implemented his game plan.
Absolutely. Found his moment, found the takedown, was able to control and hold the position, and that's how you got to do it. Not every fight is going to light it up. Sometimes you just have to go out there and get it done. 10-9 round for Ronald Anderson.
Yeah, one in the bag for Anderson. Let's see what Ferrier and his corner have come up with for round number 2. Anderson looks very willing to grapple.
Catches the kick, wants to find a takedown, gets his hands together under the butt of Shaine Ferrier and scores right back in to this half guard position. Once again, Shaine Ferrier has to fight for that underhook. That's the only way he's going to get up. If he stays in this spot, he's just staying here to take a whipping.
Anderson trying to hand out that whipping. Ferrier doing a good job of defending so far.
Much better. Well, had it, gave it up.
Anderson trying to move over into full mount.
I think at this point Anderson has recognized that he has a grappling advantage, and wants to keep it here, stay comfortable.
Well, if you have the advantage, you might as well take advantage of it, and that's exactly what Anderson is doing right now. Hasn't offered up a whole lot of offense from the top, but Ferrier's doing a good job defensively. Nearing the halfway point of round number 2, still a minute 30, minute 40 to work here for Anderson from the top.
Anderson passes easily right into the mount position.
Let's see if he can posture up and drop some bombs.
Gives up his back to Ferrier. Looks like Ron's fishing for the choke, trying to get double underhooks and flatten Shaine out.
There it is, he's flattened him out. Got those hooks in.
Had him flat for a second. Shaine was able to return, but now we're flat again. This is a bad spot.
Ferrier in a very compromising position. Anderson starting to add some shots on. Now looking for the choke. Ferrier fighting the hands. Feel like he might have got his hands together on him though. Nope. It's across the chin.
Looks like it is across the chin.
Still doesn't feel good though. Anderson's going to slip it underneath and get the victory. Great finish for Ronald Anderson III, and he's got some words for Shaine Ferrier at the end of that. But what a showing from Ronald Anderson III representing San Antonio, Texas, and he picks up the victory via submission in round number 2 in his debut. What a good showing. Matt realized that he had the advantage on the ground, got the takedown, took advantage of it, and gets the finish.
Yeah, and honestly, Shaine not doing a terrible job, just lost track of the hands, allowed Ronald to cinch in the choke and get the fight-ending sequence going. Had the hand position started punching from having his back taken and, just a tactical error.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stoppage to the action at 2 minutes, 10 seconds in round number 2, declaring your winner, Ronald Anderson III.
Good sportsmanship at the end of that one from Ferrier and Anderson.
You can see Ronald kind of wanted to play the bad guy a little bit. He kind of telling everybody to hush up and all good, baby. That's why we do it.
I think I don't know if it was maybe the booing beforehand or if Ferrier had some words from him, but there was a little bit of animosity there for sure. But good sportsmanship in the end. Both fighters handled themselves admirably.
We in a fist fight at the end of the day. It could get a little chippy.
Hell yeah, I love that.